Alrighty guys, it's Reed here once again, bringing you another exciting video. YouTube's #1 Kentucky fan. Here again on another beautiful rainy day. Even though it's rainy out, it's still a great day to be alive. Now I would like to talk about the one and done. A lot of people continue to give Kentucky a hard time because they say it's the one and done, Reed. It's stupid, it doesn't work. Of course we know it does work, but the thing they're saying is it's a joke and all this stuff. Now all these people complaining about the 1 year rule, where of course it's one and done. Now let's look at it from a different perspective. Let's say they change the rules and they make it 2 years. You have to play college 2 years. You have to play college 3 years. So now, instead of having this team coming in right now, or let's look back at the Anthony Davis team that won it all. Let's imagine that team, they was forced to play at least 3 years or 2 years. That team had to stay together for, that long. So just imagine this team now. Imagine all these great recruits coming in every year. Imagine them forced to play 2 or 3 years every year. Instead of all these players going to the NBA one day in 1 year, just imagine them winning 2, 3 national championships in a row. So the point of this video is you should be glad there is a one and done rule. You should be glad, you should be excited, you should be like, that's great, that team's gonna go pro. And Kentucky might not get back enough talent to compete like happened this year. So you should be glad. You should be glad there's a one and done. Let's be honest. Because do you really want Cal recruiting 5 NBA players every year and that team staying together for 2, 3 years? National championship, national championship, national championship. So you should be glad. Don't come on here bitching and complaining that it's wrong, Reed. They shouldn't be allowed to get them any talent, that much talent every year. It shouldn't be allowed. I'll put it to you this way. If your team could have the Harrison twins right now for 1 year, the best point guard, the best shooting guard in the country, if you could have them, would you pass it up for 1 year? Nobody would. You just can't get the players. That is the problem. Just imagine this team coming in this year. Just imagine them having to play 3 years before they could go pro. That's at least 2, if not 3 national championships. So you should be glad there's a one and done rule. You should be happy. You should be like, that's great. Because you don't want these players staying together 4 years at a time. Anyway, that's my thoughts on the one and done. It's not my fault. That's the NCAA rules. We can't help it. We can't help it. They say you have to play 1 year. Is it Kentucky's fault? No, it's the NCAA's fault. And it's your fan base's fault also for not being able to recruit like Cal. So I'm sorry, that's just how it is. And that's right. The one and done, whatever. That's my thoughts on it. And I'm right, of course, because it does make sense. Just imagine your team getting these 5 freshmen coming in and they got to stay 3 years. You'll be like, that's great. But when Kentucky gets it, you're like, it's wrong, man. It's wrong. When you're on the other side of the fence, you see it different. That's just how it is. Like, subscribe, and comment, and go Big Blue. Yeah, I'm just telling it like it is. People don't want to hear how it is, but that's how it is. 40-0 is coming. They have to accept it. Yep.